Hi, I hope you had a good week. We're going to be learning Ohel Rachel, the second part of the intro. This is all in the merit of Rachel Bas Rav Chaim Tzvi. So last time we spoke about the role of a woman in finding herself, her own inner place of Yirat Shamayim, of tranquility, and letting that touch her environment. We said, and this is by the way Maharal's approach, that a woman who's a parush, who's a prusha, who denies herself the world rather than uplifting and enjoying it, she's wasting her life. That's not what a woman should be and do. That's for a man. It has to do with his Yetzer Hara, his way of serving, his need for struggle. So who is a woman in ruchniyut? Let's hear more about this. Okay, so a woman's primary task is to take the Torah and apply it to this world, not to escape the world. So speaking to the woman b'lashon rakah is a schus for them, and more than that. So I want you to hear this very, very clearly. I'm going to use the words that appear right here on the page of Ohel Rachel. I would, by the way, recommend for those of you who are going to be with this series to consider buying the book. It's not an expensive book. The English translation is incomplete. This is why I'm using the Hebrew. For various reasons, they chose to translate the parts they felt were most essential. But the whole thing's most essential. So I really do recommend you're getting a Hebrew version of this book. In Israel, it's like under 30 shekels. I don't know what it would cost in America. But it's a book worth having. So here are his words. Remember these words. Hashananut v'abitachon einam vitur v'shechvur me'avodat Hashem. Hi gufa ha'avodah v'achova. The tranquility and the inner trust are not a vitur. They are not respite. It's not your way out of avodas Hashem. Quite the opposite. It's the essence and the obligation of avodas Hashem, of serving Hashem. So that means you have to find the way of touching your inner core of tranquility and goodness, and let that be your avodas Hashem. So I'm not saying, and I want to make this clear, don't struggle, go to sleep. I'm saying don't struggle, self-discover. It's a whole different approach. Okay, a man has to bring down the Torah from above, and this requires a lot of struggle. The woman has to complete this. How? By taking the Torah and addressing them to this world. To be involved in Torah as you're involved in life, as you're involved in building. So the woman has to find a way to make Torah her life. Not a way to fit it into her life, but a way to make it, in essence, her life. To find the sweetness and the gentility of Torah, and to address that to her environment. This is especially relevant. Women with young children sometimes will say, look, when I was in seminary, I had a spiritual life. Since I got married, it's been downhill. Right now, it's just like going from bottle to diaper to cleaning up the mess it all creates. I don't know where my soul went away to, but it's like it's gone. I have no soul. Girls say this. So this is what I said. It's work to find a way to make Torah your real life. It doesn't happen spontaneously. You have to think about it. You have to say, how am I taking the goodness of Torah and addressing it to my little kids? What is there about the way I wake them up, the way I give them a bath, that gives them self-worth, that gives them a sense of who they are and what their destiny is, not only as cute little kids, but as Jews? So I don't mean as like saccharine stuff like Mickey Mouse goes to Kotel Maravi. I mean real stuff. Like, isn't this a beautiful grape? Let's thank Hashem. You have to figure it out. Okay, it says, Ben hayiti lavi rach v'yachid lifnei imi. Shlomo HaMelech says about his upbringing, I was a son to my father, but I was tender and unique before my mother. She made him aware of his inner self, that his tzipor nefesh, the little bird that lives inside and demands freedom and beauty. She made him aware of his uniqueness. Okay, so when a woman is in her environment, okay, what she's doing is making them aware of the greatness and heights of everything that's great and high. How? She's bringing Torah and mitzvot to this environment. Okay, so for a man, everything he has to do that's material usually